Okay, this is panic attacks, and it's the second video, and I'm talking about conquering the fears that plague you. Um, I'm talking about the reason we have panic attacks, and most of the time we have panic attacks because of a fear, because of a past experience that causes a fear, and the memory of that experience will put us in a place to where we go into a panic. I was telling you about my keys, and how not being able to find my keys um, would put me into a real panic attack, which is kind of, I used to think was so stupid. Afterward, when I would look back and say, "What did I? Why do I get into such a dither because I can't find my keys?" And then I put it together because it reminded me of when I was attacked as a child and being trapped and not being able to get out, and not being able to find my keys made me feel trapped. Reminded me of that horrible experience that I had as a child. So, conquer the fear that plagues you. Figure out where it is and where it's coming from. Now, it took me a long time to figure that thing out about my keys. It took me a long time um, to learn how to get out of a panic attack. So this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. So this is something that you are going to have to work at. Like everything else, um, it's going to take dedication, it's going to take attention, and it's going to take you focusing on what the problem is and trying to solve it. Um, Realize that you have control over every aspect of your life. A lot of times we don't really realize that we have control, and we do. We have control. We don't have to worry about some things happening, like the panic attack of the young girl who was afraid that she was not going to be able to lose the weight that she's accumulated over the past years. She was in a panic because she felt like, I'll never be able to lose this weight. Oh my God, what am I going to do? And she was just in a panic. And the thing that was getting to her was fear of being trapped in that situation for the rest of her life, fear of the illnesses and the diseases that were going to that were apparent, were very apparent and going to come on her if she didn't do something to make herself better. And she was just in a panic. But the thing that you need to realize is when you're in the middle of a panic attack is, number one, it's a fear of something that you're afraid will happen, not something that's going on right now, not something that has consumed you to the point to where you are paralyzed and cannot do anything about it. That's not what's happening. It's you being afraid that something will happen and something will put you down. It's not even a reality, it's a fear. So you need to recognize where the panic attack is coming from and learn how to diffuse it. Realize you have control over every aspect of your life. You may not be able to stop the bad stuff from happening, but you can control how it affects your body. That's a very, very profound statement. We can't keep the fears at bay. The fears are going to come at us, but we can very well control how those fears affect our lives. When those fears come at us, we can either let them turn us into a basket case, or we can stand up to them and say, I will not let you do this to me again. I am strong. I have strength. I have courage. I have the ability to conquer this situation, to be in control of this situation, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Um, let's identify the problem that the girl was having, who was afraid she wasn't going to be able to lose all the weight that she has to lose. What could she have done? She's in a panic because she feels like she'll never be able to lose all that weight. So what do? Do you just give into it? No, you stand up to it and you say, hey, listen, I know that I have a lot of weight to lose. I'll use myself, for example. I know that I've got a good 100 pounds left to lose. I know that it's not going to be easy. And I know that there are times that I'm going to slip up, and there are times that it's going to be difficult. But do I think that I am going to gain the weight back? No, not anymore. Do I think that I'm going to fall back into depression and fall back into the helplessness and the hopelessness? No, I don't think so. Because why? Why don't I think so? Because I have the courage. I have the confidence in myself now that I didn't have before. I have the assurance in myself now that I didn't have before. I have the love and respect for myself now that I never had before. So I know that I am not going to want myself to fall back there again. And I will do everything in my power. And my power is very great when it comes to doing things in this arena, because this arena is my life. And I realize now that I have the power to take control of my life and make things happen. And so do you. So realize that this panic brought on by this fear is something that you most definitely can control. And you may not be able to keep the fears from coming, but you can control the way that fear affects your life. All right. Now let's talk about paper bags and deep breathing. Um, you've always heard about people when they're having a panic attack and they're hyperventilating and they got the paper bag. You ever wonder why they do that? It's because when you're breathing in the paper bag, you're breathing the bag of air, and then you're filling the bag of air up. And the reason you're doing that is because when you're in a panic attack, you don't breathe right. You're breathing like this. You're panting, and the panting isn't giving your body the breath, the oxygen that it needs, see up here or here, and pretty soon you're gonna faint. So the thing about the bag is you have to breathe it in and then breathe it out, fill the bag up. So it has to be a controlled breath. So you don't have to have the paper bag, but you do have to learn how to breathe deeply when you're having a panic, because we start to breathe shallow and pant. So what you do is you take a deep breath and then you release it. That's why I love Tai Chi. Take a deep breath and then release it. Tai Chi would look like this. Take a deep breath and release it. Take a deep breath, bring it in. Hold, bring it in until it gets to here, and then you're going to release it. That's why Tai Chi works for me. It helps me to breathe, and it helps me to get rid of the tension and all of the stress. There are other ways for you to learn how to breathe properly. You can do it with meditation. You can listen to music. You can do yoga. However you choose, whatever relaxation technique or calming technique that you choose to use is what you need to. You really need to find one, because if you're given to panic attacks, you're going to need a way to calm yourself down. All right, let's wait for Ruben to calm down. All right, Ruben, be quiet. All right. A lot of panic attacks lead to hyperventilating. I'm reading because this dog's. Be quiet. A lot of panic attacks lead to hyperventilating, which leads to fainting. We don't want to faint, so we need to breathe. The way to overcome this is to control your breathing. When the panic attack comes on, remember to breathe. Take deep breaths, deep, easy, flowing breaths as you talk to yourself and apply your calming technique. This is the way we're going to overcome the panic attack. This is the way we're going to get through it. Every time we have a panic attack, we feel like it is not going to end. We feel like we are going to be stuck in this whirlwind of nervousness and anxiety and stress and just feeling like the world is coming to an end. This is just how we feel. But really and truly, the panic attack will pass. And that's something you need to realize too. It is not going to be there forever. You are going to learn how to calm yourself down. You are going to learn how to take control. You are going to learn how to find your peace, how to find your center, how to relax and find your balance, find your anchor, however you want to say it. You are going to find that, and you do have the ability to take control of the things that affect you and in some ways make you feel like you're all nuts. All right, the 5 steps of conquering a panic attack. Easy way to remember it. It is the word aware. AWARE. A, acknowledge and accept. Acknowledge that you have fears. Accept the fact that they are coming at you and they are intense and they are creating a panic. But what you really need to do is accept the fact that you have fears, acknowledge what those fears are, and then come up with a plan to attack them. There's another A. Acknowledge, accept, and attack those fears. Wait and watch, and maybe even work on it. Wait. Now, whenever you're having a panic attack, you're going to find that you'll want to run it. You're going to want to run. You're going to want to take off. Where you going? Sometimes you don't know. You just want to go. Oh, I got to get out of here. Oh, I got to go. Oh. You're just scared. You don't know where you're going. You're just scared and you want to run. Oh, it's terrible. I shouldn't be laughing. I'm laughing at myself because many times when I'm in a panic attack, I take off running. I get in the car and I would just take off, and I'd be having a panic attack and not being able to breathe in the car. And it was funny afterward. During it was not funny, let me tell you. So what you want to do is you want to wait. You want to tell yourself, hey, listen, you might want to go run out into the street right now, but really, where are you going? You're just panicked. You don't even know where you want to go. Call your 911 person. Get them to talk to you. 911 person is your safe person, the person that can talk you down. Talk to them. Let them help you get out of this. Wait on it and watch. Watch what's going on in this panic attack. So the next time it happens, you'll remember it. And you'll realize that this is something that happens and you need to correct and you need to learn from it. And the working part is, work through it. Realize what it is, realize where it's bringing you, realize where it's going to take you if you don't start breathing and doing what you need to do. And then the next time it happens, you'll be able to deal with it better. The A is action. Make yourself more comfortable. Tai Chi. Apply your calming mechanism. Apply your yoga. Quote some scriptures. Say some prayers. Um, um, Meditation. There are all kinds of ways to deal with a panic attack, and or repeat. Go on through them again. Acknowledge and accept. Wait and watch. Um, Apply your relaxation techniques, and then realize that the E is always going to come, and that is the end of the panic attack. And that, my dear Flairbusters, is my take on a panic attack. I'm gonna try to print these slides, but I read everything that would have been on the Hangout. So I'll try and put those up for you too. And I do hope that you all had a wonderful 4th of July. Mine was rained on, and I came inside to wait for the ribs to cook. And the guys were out there drinking beer and talking shop, and um, the neighbor went home and wanted to get out of the rain as much as I did, and I fell asleep. That's what kind of a host I was today. I got knocked out, fell asleep. I didn't wake up until, oh God, it was after 5, and I missed everything. So Bill brought me some of they made ribs and what do you call those, brats, and the brats cooked. So I had those at lunchtime. The ribs I had for dinner, but I didn't like them because they weren't cooked all the way. So I didn't eat them all. Thank God I gave them to the dogs. But anyway, it was a pleasant, wonderful nap. And I hope your day was good. And I will see you soon